Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, well, we're doing crazy stuff to the hood of this truck that you don't want to miss. Oh yeah, that's happening today.
I wanna taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat, but I never back down. Man, I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fame. And she look better in bed. And I'ma walk this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
All right, so first things first, this cool little thumb wheel I had made here. This is a cool air filter, air cleaner, the whole assembly. But I have got this here, and I know I showed it in the last episode as well, from our buddy that I got the International from. And it's literally that old school blower looking with the butterflies. Oh yeah, like Dominic Toretto would be jealous of this bad boy. Just kidding. But it was missing this plate right here that adapts it over. And then we went ahead and fabricated that plate off the scenes over here on our ArcDroid plasma cutter. This thing here has been a workhorse as far as helping us out with small little fabrication projects. Anything big we take to my buddy TJ over at Maine Off-Road. He's got a big 5x10 table and we go ahead and cut it out there. But anyway, getting back to it, is what I'm gonna do is pull the air cleaner off of that. I'm gonna bolt this bottom piece on. It's just got a center stud, it's basically a 1/4-20 bolt. And then we can set that on. We'll have an idea how this thing's gonna sit, how high it's gonna sit, how much it's gonna stick through the hood, and you name it. So let's do it. This here was a little valve off I think a little Briggs & Stratton engine, to be honest with you. Oh, actually, you know what? I could still probably use this stud. I bet it's probably the right length, this 1/4-20 stud. Ooh, take this off. So look at that bad boy. Big old Edelbrock 600, I believe. I don't remember. And this will sit on something like this. I hope. Yeah, like that. Obviously that's too long, so we'll have to change that bolt out. And then the intake sits on that. And then obviously we're gonna have a clearance issue here, which is what we want, because I actually want to cut a hole in the hood of this thing, because I just, yeah. So let me get the whole assembly here, set it on so we have a better idea as far as where on the hood this thing's gonna land. All right, so kind of like that there. I'm actually gonna have to put a bolt in it because she's rocking pretty good, just because it's so front heavy. But to get an idea, if you come down here on the side of the fender, the back half won't really even stick through, so our tear is gonna be kind of like, it's gonna be different looking, man. So I gotta figure out where exactly we're gonna cut this thing. As far as the hood goes, we're gonna have to lose our speed limit sign. Oh yeah, who's that? Right there. Yeah, that actually is not gonna be horrible. It's definitely gonna be some cutting. It's definitely gonna stick through the hood. It's definitely gonna look freaking badass. So let me take this off, screw the base on so we know a better idea where this thing's gonna land. We'll take our speed limit sign down and then we'll kind of mark the hood and we get an idea where we gotta cut this thing. Kind of a shame to be taking this. Feels like a shame to be taking this down. I think we're gonna have to find another home for this. I'm almost thinking like, oh, that's asking for trouble. All right, I think now I'm just gonna go ahead and get them in here with a marker and generously mark where this thing's gonna stick through. More on one side than the other because we have the linkage to the butterflies over there. And kind of get a rough idea for the back as well. All right, you're probably asking why I'm not taking the hood off and just flipping it over after I got it all marked out, which we do now. We got some rough lines and we got to cut the supports off of here, which are pretty rotted. As you can see, this hood is in rough shape and it's kind of amazing that it hasn't folded up yet. We've been careful with it. But that's the reason why we're not taking it off, because that hardware is never coming out and I'm gonna end up with more of a hassle. So I'll end up just covering this all with drop cloths. And yeah, I think we're gonna work it right in place, which is gonna suck, but I think we'll start first. We'll get the grinder out and we'll start with just the undercarriage here. And we'll just get this out of here. It'll give us more clearance, bring it down, get an idea where we wanna cut the hood itself. Because this is like the clearance for this thing. And then once we mark that out, I'm actually gonna cut back in here, the hole, and then we'll peel the metal back to get up to our final size as far as the opening goes. Something like that. That's pretty genius, right? When you can't take the hood off, you just cover everything up and make yourself a little staging platform so you can go ahead and sit up here and work, or lay down, or whatever. This isn't one of those shows where, like, I'm just an actor, and I hope this holds, and someone else is under here doing all the dirty, crappy work. Nope, not the case. We do it all. I just thought of something though. I don't think there's any insulation yet left in this thing to catch fire, but there could very well be a mouse nest. Stay tuned. So, yeah, that's not too bad, right? It didn't go horrible. Now we can get a better idea where to map out the tear in the hood and hope this thing doesn't fold in half when we shut the hood. All right, now that we see how we did with the infrastructure here, why do I even call it that? I don't know. But, you know what? We gained clearance, and it's definitely gonna fit up in there. Definitely. So as you can see, this distance here is close to where it's gonna stick through the hood. So a good 4 inches. So most of those butterflies, hopefully all of them will show and not restrict too much airflow. What I'm gonna do now, so I know the perimeter where it's at, I'm gonna drill a hole through on all 4 corners and then map it out on the top of the hood. Because then I'm gonna cut a smaller hole on the top, because that's where we're gonna get into peeling the metal. All right, I got 4 holes drilled through the outer perimeter of where that, I keep calling it a snorkel. I know there's a name for that, and I apologize. Drop a comment, correct my dumb ass. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and probably, honestly, maybe not the back, that'll be a straight cut, but in here, I'm gonna come in at least 2.5, 3 inches so I can really curl some metal back. So it's actually gonna be a pretty small hole right here, because we need that torn metal look. All right, that old saying, measure once, cut twice? No. Measure twice, cut once, right? I'm a comedian too. No, this here is the line we're gonna cut. This is the line where the snorkel itself, I'm not calling it that, is gonna protrude through the hood. So basically, we cut this piece out, so this is gone. Then I draw some like tears, some flamage looking stuff, cut that out with probably the plasma cutter. That's gonna be nice with the hood on. And then we start peeling them back at different lengths, and it's just gonna really give it a cool torn look. So we'll just kind of shape that out. We'll draw that on here, but basically we can go ahead and cut this out whenever, and then I'll draw the tears on there now. And now it's starting to freaking rain, and as you can see, I don't know how well you can see that because the camera's not great because all the raindrops now. But this is the inner cutout, and then I kind of drew the tears and or flame looking tears on the hood. And the fact that it's raining now, it's gonna make it really difficult, but I'm like, oh, you're gonna get water under the hood, but once you cut a big hole in the hood, does it really matter? It doesn't. But the fact that I don't feel like running the plasma and cutting out here in the rain, I think we'll let the shower pass, I'll get back at it. All right, change of plans. It looks like the rain's gonna stick around for a little while. So with our junk battery, we had a 9-year-old battery in it. We had to jump it with copper pipe at my buddy's barbecue event the other day. It was great. So we jump started it, we got it running. Let's get it inside so it'll stay dry. All right, here's the plan. We gotta take the torch out of our arc droid because it's set up to use on our CNC plasma arc droid. The cable is long enough to reach the shop truck. Safety first, we put our spark shield down, non-flammable of course. And then we got our fire extinguisher and our ladder to line up here and start cutting. What could possibly go wrong?
Feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
That actually looks pretty freaking rad and dropped out of there pretty good. Now we'll put the snorkel back on and figure out if I gotta go back further, and then we can start curling this. We'll have a better idea on mapping. Oh yeah. I hope this hood holds. All right, so it's back on. I think our front and sides are gonna clear no problem. We may have to do a little bit for the linkage that was over here, if you remember. I'm gonna come down further on this cut here. I'm gonna have to add a cut here on the seam of the hood so we don't try to fold right on that. But it looks like the back, we're gonna have to go back another couple inches. But what I'll do is I'll start curling the sides here, and I just use a pipe, a round pipe, grab it with pliers and roll it onto the pipe. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim this a little more, and probably this one here. We're rolling that flame, and then I got different size pipes so we can make some different flames as well. But as you can see, let me get the full effect going here. You're gonna have the torn metal look by the time we're done. Different, it's gonna lean in, lean out. It's just gonna be rugged looking. And again, once this is all done, we're gonna hit this baby with some new Poppy's patina and seal it all in too. So I go ahead and I'm gonna get rolling. All right, there she is. She's sticking up through the hood. It's not quite as high as I expected it to be, but I think if I cut these back and curl them some more, we're gonna see more of the tunnel on there, more of that exposed. It's still pretty badass looking. I think maybe do a spacer on it, but let's not, and just peel the hood back a little more. All right, it's all on there now. Now it's not bolted on there, but that's where it's gonna go. And honestly, I can dig that. That's just the right amount of sneak coming at you right there. It's pretty friggin' rad. So I'm happy with that. Now we gotta extend the linkage to the carburetor so these flaps open up, the butterflies, at the right time. So I got a piece of rod here. It's not exactly the same diameter, but we're gonna cut this linkage, add this into it, and see where we're at. No, don't judge. It's just a tack, okay? We're just trying this. All right, I do say we have it. We added 3 3/4 inches to the linkage right here. And if you look, we're shut, throttle's all the way open. That's pretty much where we want to be. We can get the rest with the adjustment on the threads. That will work. All right, guys, here it is, finished product. And I don't know if you noticed earlier, but the butterflies were definitely opening backwards. We're better now. Steve got it straightened out. My God, that's embarrassing. But all in all, the hood is done. It's not completely shut, but it came out pretty badass. Let me shut this thing for you. All right. Check it out. She's just aggressive enough that it's out there, and just mysterious enough you don't really know what's going on under there. And next on the list is exhaust cutouts. Oh yeah, we're putting some electric. eBay, oh yeah, exhaust cutouts in this bad boy. So she's gonna get a little bit rowdy right off the headers. So thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for watching. Scott with Flippin' Customized.